Our sermon text today is found in the Old Testament, Psalm 62, beginning in verse 5. For God alone my soul waits in silence, for my hope is from Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall not be shaken. On God rests my deliverance and my honor. My mighty rock, my refuge is God. Trust in Him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before Him. God is a refuge for us. The word of God for the people of God. Amen. For God alone, my soul waits in silence. What an exciting Sunday this is. The first Sunday in Advent. It's the season of preparation for the annual commemoration of Christ's birth on December 25th. But in some ways, it's even more. Advent is a rich and multi-layered season. Nobody knows exactly how Advent started, but the custom is very ancient in the life of the church, and we do know some history. In his History of the Franks, St. Gregory of Tours wrote that one of his predecessors, Bishop Perpetuus, who held the see around 480 A.D., decreed a fast 3 times a week from the feast of St. Martin on November 11th until Christmas Day. In 567, the Second Council of Tours enjoined monks to fast from the beginning of December until Christmas Day. In meaning, Advent is both a beginning and an end, an alpha and an omega of the church's year of grace. Too often, I think, it's considered merely a season of preparation for the annual commemoration of Christ's birth. This rich, many-layered season is actually designed to prepare Christians for the parousia, the Greek word for second coming. In fact, the word Adventus, meaning to reach for or to come, is the exact Latin equivalent or translation of the Greek word, parousia, which in English we usually call Christ's second coming. You know, in the church we have historically spoken of 3 comings of Christ: in the flesh, in the birth of Christ, in our hearts daily, and finally in glory at the end of time. Advent is a season of waiting. And what are we waiting for? Advent is certainly the season of the Spirit's longing for life to somehow be different. This is the season when the bleak midwinter bears down on us and we experience the cold and the darkness, unless you live in the deep south and the high today is 77. We're reminded of the places where life holds us captive. To habits, captive to our work, captive to our own mortality. So we wait in Advent. We wait in longing, we wait in hopeful expectation, we wait in anticipation. But we are not as little patient people are. Most of us do not wait very well. Oh, mothers wait 9 months for their babies to be born. And farmers wait for the seeds they plant to grow into a harvest. Mostly, you and I are in a big hurry. I was out on Florida Boulevard a couple of weeks ago, and a guy sped by me in congested traffic as if he were going to a fire. I was going about 35 to 40 miles an hour, so were the other cars, but he passed us as though we were standing still. In fact, he was weaving in and out of traffic as if he were trying to get somewhere in record time. The interesting thing about it all is that when I got to the next traffic light, it was red, and I stopped and looked up, and there he was, anxiously waiting for that light to turn green. And when it turned green, he zoomed off again, weaving in and out of the traffic, only to have the same thing happen at the next light. There he was again, fidgeting in his seat, revving up his engine, waiting to take off. It all started to seem pretty silly to me. I thought about how we have become such a hurry-up society. It only wants to go faster and faster and faster. I love the notion of Advent as a season of waiting, because waiting has everything to do with being patient and observant. It has everything to do with being present to the people right around us and to the events of our lives. You and I run the risk of becoming so busy that we miss this wonderful season altogether. And if we miss Advent, I think we miss the very gift of the season. But it all has to do with waiting. The psalmist said it well in what I read earlier from Psalm 62. For God alone, my soul waits in silence. What would it be like if you and I actually waited in silence for God alone in this season? My wife Susan and I were in New Orleans week before last, and we spent a good part of an afternoon sitting at a quiet window table on the 4th floor of the Windsor Court Hotel. It was a cool day, and the beautiful tree-lined street below was absolutely calm. You know, I've spent a lot of time in New Orleans over the years, and as much as I like to complain about that city, it has a quiet beauty and charm that captures me. I can sit for hours in New Orleans and just watch it rain. In fact, the playwright Tennessee Williams said it better than I could ever say it. He said, "Oh, don't you just love those long, rainy afternoons in New Orleans, when an hour is never just an hour, but rather an eternity placed in the palm of your hand." Advent is a time of waiting, and it's a time of watching. We wait for a Savior who is to come to us. But as I already said, and as you well know, waiting is not a popular attitude in our culture. Sure, couples do wait for babies to be born, and farmers wait for seeds to grow. But we're still not sure about waiting, because waiting feels like a waste of time. Our culture says to us every single day of our life, get going and do something. My favorite line from Lewis Carroll's classic Alice in Wonderland is the line, "Don't just do something, stand there." Don't just do something, stand there. We tend to think of waiting as passive. As children, we were told to wait until the bus came. We were told we would have to wait until it stopped raining before we could go outside and play. But waiting is, in a very real sense, active. For we can only wait if what we're waiting for has already somehow started within us. The very fact that we can wait for something shows that we already have it, at least in part. Charles Rice was one of the great preachers and preaching professors of the last century. He was known for preaching through personal story, preaching out of his own life experience. He told a friend of mine, Norman Deves, he taught Norman preaching at Duke when Norman was in seminary there. He told him one time, he said, "Norman, when I want to get in touch with my preacherliness, we talk in theology about that we're God's God and we're human beings and we don't need to try to be God." He said, "When I want to get in touch with my preacherliness," he said, "I go outside in my backyard during a raging thunderstorm and I stand under a tree." He told a wonderful story in one of his sermons that paints a little portrait of what it means to wait in expectation for something that we already know, something we already cherish. He writes, "Karen was a student of mine at Union Theological a few years back. While she was living and studying in New York City, her newly lawyered husband hung up his shingle in Harrisburg, and they saw each other only on weekends. Karen described to our class what it was like when her husband John came into Penn Station by train on Friday in time for a late supper. And she put it this way. She says, "Well, I usually get up on Friday to clean the apartment before coming up here to school. And then after classes, I make a kind of a safari down Broadway. I stop for groceries, I tuck some flowers under my arm, and when I get home, I have just enough time to get myself and supper ready. And then John comes home. Karen then went on. The funny thing about it is that from morning until John gets there, I have this strange feeling that he's already with me. Not really, but really. That is what we do in Advent. We're watching and waiting for the one who is already here with us. And it means for you and me staying present at the moment. We're taught that the really important things in our lives lie in the future. They lie ahead of us. I'm saying that to wait in Advent, to truly wait for the Messiah, is to be present. It is for you and me to nurture the moment we're in. We are entering a very busy season. And I think this is a word that you and I need to hear today. I would say to you, go ahead and shop and decorate and organize. Hustle the kids to school and to their rehearsals and to their parties. Wait with patience so that the power of the season doesn't just escape you. See if somewhere in these days and weeks to come, between now and Christmas, you can get lost in the present. Listen again to the beautiful words of the psalmist, and I would invite you to give them a hearing over the next few weeks. He writes, "For God alone my soul waits in silence." What would it be like if you and I actually waited in silence for our God alone in this Advent season? I'm suggesting to you that we might see Christmas like we have never seen it before. Emmanuel, God with us. Let us pray. Gracious God, help us to get lost in the present during this season of waiting. Help us to slow down and look beyond the lights, that we might truly experience the birth of a Savior who is already with us. It is in Christ's name we pray. Amen.